Video, what we'll do is we'll basically add a login page and we'll add a register page. Okay, so let's actually go see how we can do it. So what we'll do is we'll go to the views folder. From here we'll right click and then we'll say a new file and we'll say login.view, and we will come over here and we will actually add a new file and we'll call register.view. Okay, so we have a login.view and we have a register.view. We'll go to the login.view and then we'll say right click on this, and then it basically says the view with a default view, so we'll actually click on that one. This is coming from the VUEJS extension that we added, so I think like it's called VETUR thing. So what it does is basically adds a template where we can actually add code. So here's the script, here's the styling that you can add, and here is the template. And style generally you will say is scoped, because what might happen is that if you don't write scoped, then it will basically go and change all the styling at everywhere. Scoped means that it will remain only in this particular template. Okay, so we have a view for the login where we actually need to add a username, which is the user email, and the password, and a button which will actually help us. So login. So let's go to our Bootstrap and search for the email. Let's search for the email. So email input. So this looks like okay. There's an email address, and then there's a password, and then there is a check me out and the submit button. Okay, so there's an email address. I actually don't like to have a label on top of it because the placeholder clearly says that this is what it is. Password also, and I'll probably remove this and probably remove this one too. Okay, so I'll click on copy for this one. And this is just a simple one. And before doing that, since we have Bootstrap, what I will do is I'll actually create a div and div with class container, and I'll close the tab. Then I will say, let's say I want it in the middle. I want three on the three columns on the left, 3 columns on the right, and then this should be in the center. So I'll say div, and I'll say class is equal to col-md-2 3. Okay, so that's the left one, and I'll close that. And then I will say left. I should probably put it inside a row. So I'll say div class is equal to row. Okay, and then inside it, I will inside a row, I'll have a left. And I'll right click and say format document. So I have a left, I have a middle, and I have a right. So this is 6 and this is 3, and this will be right, and this is my middle. Okay, so that is good. So let's actually just see where this is. So we have a login, which is over here, which is a small view, but like that needs to be actually displayed. So how will it get displayed? So I'll go on the router and I'll click on index.js, and I will basically say import login from views /login.view. Okay, so that's the first one, and I will also do register. So these are the two components. Okay, we have a login and we have register. And in our routes, what we'll say is, I want these routes. So when somebody says that I want to go this /login, and the name would be login, then take the component which is declared up and display that. For register also, I will also do the same thing. Okay, so if I save this and if I go over here, register, there's nothing, but I'll say login. It should take me to a login page where there's a left, there's a middle, and there's a right, and all of this is basically responsive, so I don't have to do anything. Bootstrap does it for me. Okay, so I have these things. Let's actually go and copy and paste the same thing in the register also. Save that. Okay, so both of those things are done. Then over here in the middle portion, what I want to do is I want to actually copy this and come over here and then paste it. And then I will say format the document and I'll save it. Okay, so let's see what things are over here. So there is an input. I actually don't want the label, so I'll remove the label from here. And then there is we'll never share, so we'll probably remove this one too. Then there is another form group for the password, so I'll remove the password, this one. And then there's just the password, and then there is a class for the checkbox. Let's just remove this part, that, and then the submit button is there, where button type is equal to submit, and this, and then we'll say login. We'll save that, and let's actually go to our login page, and then we can see enter the email, password, and click on the login. It'll basically let us log in. And let's remove the left and the right. So we will actually remove this, and we will remove this. And then in the container, we'll probably have one or two line breaks. And then we'll say format the document. So that actually should fix all of this. Let's put a class row over here. Let's just put h1 and then close the h1. And then we'll say login. I don't know how it'll look like. Let's actually go and check login page where we have this login to Northeastern University Twitter. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that is good, and this looks halfway decent. This actually looks good, so that is good. If I click on login, it is not taking me. Oh, it is taking me. One thing that we notice, if you see over here, like there's a hashtag and stuff like that, I actually don't like it. So let's go ahead and fix it. So we'll actually go to main.js, or one second. So index, yeah, index.js. Over here, we'll say mode : and then history, and then we'll say comma. So where this is there now, if we actually come over here and do this, it's taking us over there. There's no hashtag, and the login is taking us to login page. Register is taking us to login page itself. So register, we actually have to figure out. So we will go to the router, index.js. So register is taking us to the register. That should be register.view. So I don't know why it's not taking us to register. Oh, the link in the main page. Okay, so app.view. App.view, home and about is okay. This navbar is, let's actually make this to router link instead of button, because I will copy this and I'll paste this, and I will paste this again over here, and I think everything should be okay. So login, something bad happened over here. Router link, Control S. I think this should work. Why is this not? I don't know why this broke. So maybe just remove this. Type is equal to submit. Save it. Router link class is this. Oh, 2. Sorry. It is taking us to, and this will be register. Okay, so that is done. Now we have a register, which actually takes us over here, which is perfectly good. Okay, so we have all of this. So our login page and our register page is done, and from the navbar we can actually go to those pages. I'll stop over here, and then we'll come back in the next video.